You know, people can argue about, you know, what to do with the economy and this, that, and the other. But the root of it is the debt money system. You can argue about anything, but it's not going to change because it's a debt money system. And there's other situations where people argue about stuff, but remember yesterday I was talking about a wreck on the way home, and there it is. I said, remember I was going to the house, and I said, what if I there's a wreck on her? And sure enough, the next day, there it is. That tells you right there, it's a script. The thing that you talk about, and if you're aware of, if you stay self-aware of what you said yesterday and what you thought yesterday, you'll actually see it happen the next day, or within maybe the same day. It always appears because we're in a copy machine. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Pull up the log. You'll see. I said that. It was yesterday or the day before, I was talking about how we're teleporting. I said, if I come across a wreck up here, and there it is. I just talked about it yesterday on this same street. Anyway. They can debate the economy, but it's a debt money system. They can debate the politics, but the God of this world is the devil. They can debate education stuff, but the education is worldly wisdom. They can debate the medical. They can debate the medical. I mean, really, I want you to think about it. Where do they get medicine from? The earth. Where do they get medicine from? The earth. So if you eat, your body's a better doctor than any doctor. A doctor's trying to be a better doctor than your own body. And so if you give your body the earth nutrients, N-T, you become a new tree. The nutrient is a new tree each day. So they can debate medical, but if they believe the lie that a doctor is got all the answers instead of going to eating from the earth, it's vanity. Politics debates, vanity. God of this world's the devil. The financial system's a vanity until they get rid of the debt money system. Why is it a debt money system? Because the devil's a liar, and the devil's a slave master. It's the Pharaoh, and so it filters down. It's so complicated. It's so complicated. It filters down. And in order for somebody run a business to make a business, they have to make smaller and smaller boxes for people to live in and work in. They have to make smaller and smaller cells to pay back the debt money system. You understand? If it's all debt, you'll never pay it back, because the way the system's set up, it should be debt-free system, but the government prints out money and becomes debt. So everything's debt. So the only way you're going to survive is to make smaller and smaller cells or pieces or parts or boxes, smaller and smaller boxes, until everybody's back living on the earth. I mean, out of a tent, you know. And then that's when Babylon falls. They have to create a new lie every 10 years because Babylon is fallen. The Bible says it in Revelation 17:18. Babylon has fallen. So if in Revelation, the revealing of all things, then it's happening now. It just hasn't culminated right now. Everything that the Gentile nations are doing, the debt money system. See, after 50 years in the Old Testament, they would clear the debt. Your debt would be full. You start over. They don't do that here. They make smaller and smaller boxes for people to live in, to work in, and that's why they're doing the metaverse, because people are going to be working it's getting smaller and smaller. That's why they'll be in space, because they can't afford to live on the land, because the land will be so expensive that they have to live in a spaceship floating around the earth. It's already prophesied in the movies. They're going to try to do all this stuff, but eventually it's just going to collapse. Eventually, the whole thing is going to eventually collapse. The reason you can debate wars all day long. The reason the wars happen is the debt money system. The reason there are wars is the debt money system. If you're never out of debt, if a person never gets out of debt, what happens? They have to fight. If a nation never gets out of debt, they have to fight. But they're so poor by the time they realize they got the frog was boiled so slowly by printing debt. The frog was boiled so slowly, and by telling you 90% truth and 10% lies, the frog was boiled so slowly that people don't even know they're being enslaved. They're already a slave. They can't escape it. And people go about their business and don't even know they're a slave. And so what happens? A nation is so poor, before they know it, they have nothing to fight with. No wonder these nations call America the devil, because Hollywood, they're all lies. TV shows, the music, it's all lies. That's why I don't listen to any music. I listen to this kind of stuff, but it has no words, because I don't want to hear their words. It's up and down sine wave. That's life down here. And it's going to eventually collapse, but right now it's being sustained because God is trying to win souls. But as soon as God lifts his hand, the rapture of the church, this whole thing is going to collapse. It's going to collapse because man cannot rule himself. Only Jesus can rule this place.